Hello friends, I am Devashala and in this short video we will learn about Big Data Management Architecture. So before discussing the architecture of Big Data, it is important to talk about functional requirement of Big Data. So as you can see in the diagram, this is the cycle of Big Data Management. In this, data must be captured and then organized and integrated. So after this phase is successfully implemented, data can be analyzed on the problem being addressed. And finally, then management takes action based on the outcomes of that analysis. So meaning of action taken is here is the act. To understand, we can take one example here. Like Amazon.com might recommend a book based on past purchase. So means what? When you buy a book from Amazon.com, then Amazon sends continuous recommendation based on your previous purchase history. Like customer might receive a coupon for a discount for a future purchase of related product to one that was just purchased. So what does big data architecture mean? Big data architecture is the logical and or physical layout or structure of how big data is stored, accessed and managed within a big data or IT environment. Creating big data architecture generally requires an understanding of the organization and its big data needs. It logically defines how the big data solution will work, the core components like hardware, databases and software used, and the flow of information, security and many more. In this slide, we will talk about setting the architectural foundation. So before setting the architectural foundation, it is important to support required performance. Means what? Your needs will depends on nature of the analysis you are supporting. You will need right amount of computational power and speed to your devices, or your architecture also have the right amount of redundancy so that you are protected from unanticipated latency and downtime. So start out by asking yourself the following questions and find out the answers before setting out the architecture. How much data will my organization need to manage today and in the future? How often will my organization need to manage data in real time or near real time? How much risk can my organization afford? And is my industry subject to strict security, compliance, and governance requirements? How important is speed to my need to manage data? And how certain or precise does the data need to be? So these are some questions. Now we will talk about big data architecture. And you can see in the diagram there are various components. So let us discuss what are the relationship between each component. In this diagram, I would like you to focus on the both left and right side of the diagram. You can see the indications of interfaces of feeds into and out of both internally managed data and data feeds from external sources. Interfaces exist at every level and between every layer of the stack. Without integration services, big data can't happen. Open Application Programming Interfaces (APIs) will be core to any big data architecture. Now let's discuss the layers. At the lowest level of stack is the physical infrastructure, the hardware, network and so on. To support huge volumes of data, physical infrastructure for big data has to be different than traditional data. So this infrastructure based on distributed computing model. This means that data may be physically stored in many different locations and can be linked together through networks. So concerned with physical infrastructure, there are following important parameters that we need to study in detail. Like first is performance. How responsive do you need the system to be? Second is availability. Highly available infrastructure are also very expensive. Then scalability. How big does your infrastructure need to be? How much disk space is needed today and in the future? Then cost. Infrastructure is a set of components you might be able to buy the best networking and storage, so you need to think about cost. So network should be redundant. Redundancy is important because we are dealing with so much data from so many different sources. Second element of big data technology stack is security infrastructure. The more important big data analysis is to companies, the more important it will be to secure the data. There are some unique challenges that arises when big data becomes part of strategy. First is data access. Authorized users should only access the data. Second, application access. Most APIs often protection from unauthorized uses or access. So this level of protection is probably adequate for most big data applications. Data encryption is most challenging aspects of security. Threat detection is also a major aspect while thinking of big data. For example, if you are a healthcare company and you will probably want to use big data applications, so patients' data needs to be protected to maintain the privacy of patients from unauthorized user access of data. Third layer of technology stack is operational databases. Traditionally, data sources consisted of highly structured data managed by relational databases. But now, world changes. You need to study emerging approach to data management for big data world. So you need data architectures that support complex unstructured data. So you need to think of NoSQL or not only SQL databases. So all these operational data sources have several characteristics in common. They represent systems of record that keep track of the critical data required for real-time, day-to-day operation of the business. They are continually updated based on transaction happening within business units from the web. For these sources to provide an accurate representation of the business, they must blend structured and unstructured data. And this might include transactional and e-commerce systems, customer relationship management systems, or call center applications. While choosing the right database, performance matters. Performance might determine what kind of database you would use. For example, graphical database. This is the right choice as it is specially designed to separate the nodes from the properties. Columnar database is used to store information in columns rather than rows. So this approach leads to faster performance because input and output extremely fast. And when geographical data storage is a part of equation, spatial database is optimized to store and query that data based on how objects are related in space. So using the right database will improve the performance of your architecture. The next technology stack is organizing data services and tools. In these slides, we will talk about various tools and technologies to handle massive amount of data. So with the evolution of computing technology, it is now possible to handle immense volumes of data with the help of new technological that will allow them to store, access and analyze huge amount of data in near real time. So these are some technologies like MapReduce, Hadoop and Bigtable proved to be a sparks that led to a new generation of data management. So let us talk about one by one. MapReduce was designed by Google as a way of efficiently executing a set of functions against a large amount of data in batch mode. Basically, MapReduce algorithm contains two important tasks, namely map and reduce. Map task takes a set of data and convert it into another set of data, and then its individual element are broken down into tuples, like we can say key value pair. And after the map task completed, reduce task takes the output from map as an input and then combines those data into smaller set of tuples. You can see an example of MapReduce word count. Now Bigtable. Bigtable was developed by Google to be a distributed storage system intended to manage highly scalable structured data. It is built upon the Google file system, like we can say GFS. Data is organized into tables with rows and columns. So unlike traditional relational database model, Bigtable is a sparse, distributed, persistent multidimensional sorted map. Google Bigtable serves as the database for applications such as the Google Map Engine Data Store, Google Personalized Search, Google Earth and Google Analytics. Hadoop. Hadoop is an Apache managed software framework derived from MapReduce and Bigtable. It was created by Doug Cutting in 2005 to support distribution for the Nudge search engines project at Yahoo. And then it is owned by Apache Software Foundation, so the name are now Apache Hadoop. So it is an open source framework for storing and processing large data sets ranging in size from gigabytes to petabytes. So Hadoop has two major components like HDFS and MapReduce. Now the next layers of big data technology stack is analytics. So let us talk about traditional and advanced analytics on data. What does your business now do with all the data in all its forms to try to make sense of it for the business. So it requires many different approaches to analysis depend on the problem being solved. Some analysis will use traditional data warehouses while other uses advanced predictive analytics. So data warehousing is a process for collecting and managing data from varied sources to provide meaningful business insights, and data marts is simple form of data warehouses that is focused on single subjects like such as sales, finance or marketing. And if we talk about big data analytics, so analytics can get quite complex with big data. That can require analytical engine to manage and analyze petabytes or zettabytes of data. For example, some organizations are using predictive models that can couple structured and unstructured data together to predict fraud. Social media analytics, text analytics, and new kinds of analytics are being utilized by organizations looking to gain insights into the big data. Finally, let us talk about reporting and visualization. Any organization always depends on the capability to create reports to give them an understanding of what the data tells them about everything, like from monthly sales figures to projections of growth. If a company can collect, manage, and analyze enough data, it can use new generations of tools to help management about the data. And there are various visualization tools used for big data. So this is all about big data management architecture. Thanks for watching and enjoy learning big data. Thank you. Happy learning.